Children, we have already covered 6 lines from the second stanza. 6 lines are left. Let's continue with that. In the second stanza, we see the old man in his own house. In first stanza, he is in the train and the railways, then in the rail, then on the railway station, then on in the street. Now he is at his home. Home again, I see him drinking weak tea, eating a stale chapati, reading a book. He goes into the toilet to contemplate man's estrangement from a man-made world. This is the theme of this poem I had already told you. Coming out, he trembles at the sink, the cold water running over his brown hands. A few droplets spring to the graying hairs on his wrists. Let's continue now. His sullen children. His means fathers. He is the eldest family member. He is the head of the family. But look at the children. His sullen children. Sullen means ill-tempered. Ill-tempered, or you can say bad behavior. His children are so ill-tempered, they are so short-tempered, they have such a bad behavior that they are not able to tolerate the head of the family. They are not able to see him with love and affection. They don't take care of this person. They don't take care of his. They don't take care of their father. His sullen children, they are very arrogant. They are very rude. They are very self-centered. They want privacy in their life. They don't want to get disturbed with the old person. His sullen children, bad tempered children, ill uh, tempered children, they are there in the family. Children, so far we were not aware with the fact whether the old man has some family members or not. But now it is very much clear that family members are there in the family. He is not alone. This line confirms this fact. His sullen children. So he is living with his children, grandchildren. This is very much clear now. His sullen children have often mean many times. The old man tried to talk with these children many times, but every time the children they refuse to talk to him. Maybe they must have thought that this old man has no knowledge. There must be a lot of generation gap also. When there is a generation gap, then the elder generation has their own views, and the younger generation has different views. The same thing is happening here. His son children have often refused to share. Refused to share means they have said no. They said no to father. They say that we don't want to talk to you. Don't you think this is the height of rudeness? I mean, the person who has brought the children into this world, who has given them good education, good food, everything, and he's not getting simple words of appreciation, simple care, simple love, affection. He's not able to get all these things. He has tried it so many times, but he's not able to get it. His sullen children have often refused to share jokes and secrets. Jokes here means happy moments or good experience of life, or you can say successful achievement. The children are not ready to share the jokes with the old man. They think that the old man does not know anything. Jokes and secrets. Secrets mean secrets of life. Here, secrets of life mean experience. What happens with experience? Wisdom. The old man wants to teach them some wisdom. The old man wants to share some childhood memories, the childhood memories of his children. good experience, the successful achievement of his past days, but he is not able to do that. He has failed to do that. Whenever he wants to share something good, whenever he wants to share some secret of success with them, some experience, some wisdom with them, the children say, no, 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 you are not no more useful. Your ways are not useful for me. Children, here I want to give the example of Dangal. You must have seen Dangal movie. It's a very famous movie, a hit movie by Amir Khan. The director is Nitesh Tiwari. It's a beautiful movie. In the middle of that movie, you must have seen when Geeta goes to uh, higher training, when Geeta is selected for national in the national hockey, in the national wrestling team. He comes back and he says to his father that your ways are old, your techniques are not good, your things are not good. You must have noticed the situation of Amir Khan, how sad and lonely he felt at that time. And for so many days, he could not talk to anybody. He was not talking to his own wife. He was not talking to Geeta. This type of experience. And here the same type of thing is there. The old people is neglected, totally ignored by the children. So that's why his life is very sad. His burden is increasing day by day. His seven children have often refused to share jokes and secrets with him. Now it's over. He has tried it so many times. Now he is also tired of all these things. Now he has only one option, to go to sleep. He goes back to his room. Now he is going to sleep. He will now go to sleep. Children, here sleep is very important. Sleep is there to have peace. A person goes to sleep so that he can have some peace in his life. So that he can relax. But here this sleep is not peaceful sleep. He is sleeping just because he is tired. He is not able to keep himself awake. He is sleeping just to pass his time. That's all. He is very tired. That's why he is sleeping. Otherwise, a good sleep is that sleep which you get after so much satisfaction. So he is going to sleep. He is taking rest. He is taking rest without unloading his burden, unloading the burden of work and mental frustration. He is mentally very upset, very frustrated. He has a lot of work. He has a lot of burden of work. Physical burden is there. Mental burden is there. Without unloading this burden, he is going to sleep. It means his sleep is not a peaceful sleep. And maybe if you take this example as the final sleep, then also that sleep will be difficult. That sleep will not be a good sleep for him because he is very upset. He is not happy from his life. Whether he is taking the sleep at night or whether he is taking the final sleep, that is death. His life will remain frustrated. He is carrying the frustration to the other world. He is carrying the frustration to the next day because his frustration is not taken by anybody. His experience is not shared by anybody. His sadness, his loneliness, his tiredness is not shared by anybody. So he is bound, he has to take this frustration to the next day. And if he dies, maybe he can die anytime because he's very old. He can die because of mental stress, or he can die because of a physical constraint also. He can die anytime. If he dies also, he has to take this frustration to the next life. And if he does not die, then also he has to take this frustration to the next day. What a pathetic situation. Can you hear me, children?
Yes, sir.
Okay. His
Yes, sir.
his son and children have often refused to share jokes and secrets with him. Children, till now we have seen the situation of this man in his house. Now he is going to his room. In a room, he becomes even more lonely. In a room, he becomes even more frustrated. At one time, you will get the impression that he has gone mad. Why we will get this impression that he has gone mad? Because there is so much mental stress on his mind. He will now go to sleep without sharing any emotions, without sharing any feelings. The frustration is there. In the room, there is no source of entertainment. There is an old radio in the room, and he is changing the stations again and again. Nothing interests him. So many things are there on the radio, but he is not able to get any comfort from that radio, from those channels. So what is he doing? He is changing the radio. He is changing the stations. And when you change the station, there is so much disturbance in that radio when you change the signal. And this disturbance has become the part of his life. Now this disturbance is physical disturbance, but the mental disturbance is stronger than this outside disturbance, the disturbance of the radio. Let's continue with the next line. Now he is inside the room, he is going to sleep. Before sleeping, he wanted some relaxation, but he will not be able to get it. Children, he tried to talk to his children, but he failed. He tried to think and come over his mental frustration, he failed. Now, another thing he wants to try, he is trying to have some uh, things from the radio, but the radio will also fail. If the human beings fail to give some comfort to this man, how the non living things can comfort a person? This is also an interesting thing. Listening, now he is alone. He is alone in his room, and when a person is alone, what will he do? He will keep on thinking. Many thoughts come to the mind of a person. He is already a frustrated person. Obviously the frustrated thoughts will come to his mind. So to the add to the sufferings, the radio is not able to give any comfort to him. He It is creating some disturbance only. Listening to the static means disturbing notes. Songs are going on, news is going on, so many things are there on the radio, but these things are not able to give any comfort to this old man. He is getting disturbed. These melodious songs are a type of disturbing noises for this man. But one thing is there, his mental disturbance is stronger than the disturbance of the radio, right? He's so disturbed mentally that he's not at all moved by the disturbance. Children, sometimes the people are also like this. There are many writers also whose mental stress was so much that they died. Hitler is the main person responsible for World War II. He also became so much frustrated mentally. At the end of his life, he became so frustrated that he shot himself. The person who ruled over Germany for so many years, the person who is called the dictator, the person who wanted to rule over the whole world, he became so mentally frustrated that he shot himself. There are so many writers also who committed suicide. The main reason of suicide is mental stress only. But this person is not able to commit suicide also because he thought maybe someday everything will be okay. Maybe before his final sleep, before his death, he will be able to carry some good memories to the next world, but he fails to do that. Listening to the static on the radio. Now, radio, he wants to get some comfort from radio, but he's not able to do that. Listening to the static on the radio. Children, this thing has also failed. Now, the next thing. Now, next thing is he starts dreaming. See, he's remembering he is remembering his past days. Why he is remembering his past days? Because when he was a young person, when he was a child, he got so much love and affection from his parents. When he was a young person, he gave a lot of love, affection to his children. But when his turn comes, when he wants to have the same thing from his family, he is not able to get it. That's why he becomes nostalgic. I have told you na, the meaning of nostalgia. Nostalgia is remembering or missing
Yes.
good days of the past. Like you are studying at Meritorious School Jalandhar, if you are having a good time, after some years you come back to the school, you remember all those good times, all those good memories which you got, which you had from this school, then you people obviously become nostalgic. Similarly, this person is also becoming nostalgic because there is no hope left in his life, there is no fun in his present time, so he remembers his past days. Listening to the static on the radio, dreaming of his ancestors. Ancestors means he is dreaming of his forefathers. Forefathers. Forefathers, or you can say he is remembering his past days. His past days. Children, there can be one more reason. Maybe when he was a young person, he must have not taken care of his forefathers. And now he is getting the, what do you say, punishment by the Almighty. There is one saying also, as you sow, so shall you reap. Or tit for tat. Where whatever you do in your life, you will get back the same thing in your life. Maybe this is the reason that maybe he must have not taken care of his father, of his parents in his young age, and now he's getting the same type of treatment from his children. We can only guess. We can only guess. But the thing is, he remembers his good days of the past. This is the only way to escape the reality. We go to cinema, we go to have some entertainment outside. The only reason is we want to go away from the harsh reality, the cruel reality. Sometimes the reality is very cruel, so we want to get away from that. So this is also the way of this old man getting away from this cruel reality. Listening to the static on the radio, dreaming of his ancestors and grandchildren. Children, look at this contrast. Look at this contrast. What is ancestor? Ancestor shows past. Ancestor shows past. And grandchildren is present. So there is a complete contrast. There is a complete contrast between present and past. His past was very good, but his present is completely opposite. His past was very comfortable. His present is completely pathetic, hopeless present. So he is thinking about his past and present, past, present. He kept on thinking for a long time. He kept on dreaming for a long time. And finally, he goes to sleep. Finally, he goes to sleep. So he goes to sleep in frustration only. If you are happy while sleeping, before sleeping, if you have a good mood, then your morning will also be good. If you are carrying frustration before sleeping, obviously you will get up with frustrated mind, frustrated mood. The same thing is happening with this person. He is going to sleep with a frustration, with a frustrated mind, dreaming of his ancestors and grandchildren, thinking. So he is worried about the past world. He's worried about the present world. He's dreaming about all those things. But those things cannot come back. The past cannot come back because the past is already gone. Of his ancestors and grandchildren, thinking of nomads. Children, nomads are the members of community that moves with its animals from place to place. Like in Punjabi, we say na banjare. They
Yes.
are moving from one place to another. They take everything with them. They have a movable house. We call them caravan. They take that thing with them. They take their animals also with them. They take their clothes, utensils, everything. They move from one place to another. Now he is also thinking like this. He is thinking himself to be a nomad. His life is going to be over. Now he will carry all those things to the next world. He will carry all those things to the next day. Thinking of nomads entering a subcontinent. Children, in the last line, he has gone to sleep. Now he is dreaming. In dreams, also, he is frustrated. He is carrying his frustration from one place to another. In the poem, also, we have seen he is carrying his frustration to the office, from office to train, from train to railway station, then from railway station to street, from street to home, from home to toilet, then from toilet to bedroom. So he is carrying his frustration everywhere. Children, that's why it is said that peace is the biggest, what you say, blessing. If you are able to get peace in your life, you will get it, you will take it everywhere. But here he is not taking any peace. He does not have any peace of mind. He has only frustration. And in his dreams also. See, he is dreaming. Now he is sleeping. While thinking only, he went to sleep. Because I had already told you he was very tired. Because of that tiredness, he went to sleep. And in his dream also, he is dreaming of frustrated things. Grandchildren thinking of nomads entering a subcontinent. Now he enters another world through a narrow pass. Narrow pass means narrow passage in the mountains. Narrow passage in the mountain. When you go to the mountain, there is a small passage through which you can climb the mountain. So he is going somewhere through that mountain, but he is carrying that frustration also with him. Maybe the poet, the father has died, and he is going back to the kingdom of God, and then he will go to the next world, and he will carry all those things, all these frustrations with him. So, children, this is all about the poem. Completely dark picture has been portrayed by the poet. This is not the case with all the old people. Some people have very good old age. The people who have prepared themselves for the old age, who have done some preparation for their retired life, they will definitely have a good time. But the people who are not able to prepare themselves, who are not well aware with the fact that old age is very dangerous, they might have such a pathetic life. But this is the extreme of hopelessness. This is the extreme of what you say, helplessness in this poem. So the poet describes a very negative picture of an old person in this poem. This poem talks about two things. One is the cruel society, man's estrangement from a man-made world, and the second thing is the old age, the hopelessness of old age, when you are not left with any energy. I hope the poem is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, children, this is the end of the class. Thank you very much for
Thank
listening.
you.